unmuted if you could mute it. But welcome everyone to yet another Stack Your Future Career Week program. We're really excited. We're going to be talking about the graduate programs here at STAC today. And we're so excited to have this great panel lined up, which we'll be introducing you to in a moment. We are going to be recording this session, so we wanted to just make you all aware of that. And I guess, you know, with this, we're going to be talking about a few different things. People go on for their masters for many different reasons. It could be that they need that in order to be promoted within a company. They might get a higher salary if they have that credential. You might just do it for a knowledge gain. It may be required in some cases to get into a particular field. So we're going to talk to you today a little bit about the programs that we offer here at STAC and some of the reasons that you may seriously want to consider going to STAC, including some scholarships or alumni discounts that are available for you. So what we're going to ask is if you have a question, if you could put it in the chat, and we will be sure to answer those questions at the end of the session. But for now, I'm just going to have the panelists introduce themselves. We're going to start with Caitlin Healy in admissions, and then we're going to move on to the directors of the program, starting with the MPA. Then we'll talk about the Masters of Science in Teaching and Ed, and finally, the MBA program. So without further ado, Caitlin, if you'd like to just introduce yourself.
Sure. Hi, everyone. My name's Caitlin. I actually recognize some of your names. I've worked with you as transfers, so I also work with graduate students. My role in this process essentially is to help you with your actual application. I can send you the physical application that we use. We do everything fully online, so you can submit your application online and it gets sent directly to me. And then I also kind of help collect all of your application items, and then I send everything to the specific program that you're applying for. And I can answer questions about discounts, scholarship, things like that, which I think we'll be going over in a little bit.
Great, thank you. So now we'll move on to the panelists. So we'll start with the MPA program.
Hi, I'm Ellen Chayette. I'm the director of the MPA in Criminal Justice. I'm also a professor of criminal justice at the college. I'm glad you're all here today to hear about graduate school. I'll tell you about the program after a bit, but if you're somebody who's considering a career in public administration, working in a nonprofit agency, not even in criminal justice, you know, you may want to listen a little bit to what our program is about.
Thank you.
And hello, everyone. I'm Melissa Colucci. I am the director of the Graduate School of Education. I'm also a professor of literacy for the Graduate School of Education, and I'll be sharing some of the options you have if you're considering a career or even just giving yourself a career option of education. I'll be talking to you about the different programs we offer.
Thank you. And finally, the MBA program, Jenny.
Is my screen
on? You know what? You just have to hit the video button, Jenny. I think you're on mute, Jenny. So you just have to hit your mute button and your stop video. They should be in your bottom left-hand corner.
How's that? No?
You can hear you. We can't see you. Oh, there you are. Awesome.
I'm sorry, I don't do this that often. Hi, I'm Jenny Piasta. I am the director of the MBA program, the Master of Business Administration. Among other things, I am the student advisor of the program. My job is to explain the graduate program to students and to work to develop schedules for students to meet their specific needs. And I will, of course, talk about the program in a little bit.
Okay, thank you, Jenny. All right, so we're going to move now to Caitlin Healy, back to Caitlin, to talk a little bit about some of the discounts that you can find out more about, and application deadlines, if there's any test requirements. So You want to take that away, Caitlin?
Yeah, so as I said before, our application is fully online. Depending on the program that you're applying to, there is a different application. So if you wanted to email me directly for the specific program that you're looking to do, you can, and I can just send you that application. It's also on our website. But all three of our programs require 3 letters of recommendation, a professional goals statement, which is actually a part of the application. So you can just submit that at the same time that you submit the application. And then we also require your official STAC transcript, but I can easily request that from the registrar's office, so you actually don't even have to worry about that. For test scores, the education program does require the GRE or the MAT test. For the MBA and the MPA, if you have an undergraduate GPA of less than 2.8, then you may be required to submit those test scores. But generally, that test requirement is waived if you have a 2.8 undergrad GPA or higher. So those are the application documents and deadlines. We are rolling admissions, so we don't have a hard deadline. I do recommend getting your application and all of your application items to us a month before you're planning to start. So start times for the education program are typically spring start or fall start. Oh, is my video not on, Maureen?
No, it's not.
I can see myself though.
It's so funny. Your little microphone. There you go.
That's so weird. It was showing that it was on this whole time for me, but okay, sorry about that. So yeah, so you can start either in the fall or the spring for education, but you also are able to start, if you graduate in spring of 2022, you can start taking a class or 2 during the summer session. And then the MBA and MPA programs are on quarter terms, so you can start classes in the summer or you can start them in the fall. For scholarship opportunities, typically graduate students do not receive like any kind of TAP or Pell scholarships or even kind of like academic scholarships. Most graduate programs do not provide that kind of aid. What STAC is doing is we have an alumni discount, which is the $10,000 scholarship that you probably have received emails about. If you haven't, you probably will receive emails about. So this scholarship is a discount scholarship. It is the 20% scholarship that all alumni receive, with an additional amount to basically get you up to a $10,000 discount. So let's just say the entire program would cost $30,000. With that discount, it would end up being an out-of-pocket cost of $20,000. That's just an example, but that's basically how that scholarship works. You don't have to submit any other application or anything for that. That scholarship is added as a per credit discount onto every student's account. So that's kind of automatic. So again, it doesn't show up as like a scholarship the way that you're used to seeing your scholarships in your student banner self-service account. It's a per credit discount, so it'll essentially show up as what you're being charged is less than the sticker price, if that makes sense. And then other discount opportunities, I believe that each of the schools have some opportunities for different discounts. So I'll let the schools kind of talk more on that when it's their turn. But I think that's pretty much everything for admissions. But if there's any questions, you can drop them in the chat and I can answer them at the end for the Q&A.
Great. Thanks, Caitlin. So now we're going to head back to the directors, and if you could each talk, just kind of give an overview of your program, maybe talk about if there is any particular GPA requirement, the undergrad classes, if you could explain how that works to roll into the master's, And we'll start with Dr. Chayat.
Okay, great. I'm going to attempt to share my screen. It worked before, but that's no guarantee of it working now. But here we go. Can everybody see that? Okay, awesome. So we have a 36 credit degree. And again, this can be a little bit boring to go through, but basically there are 9 classes that are required classes, 3 classes that are, whatever you're interested in. Of course, there's very close advising. So I meet with everybody and we plan out your schedule every single quarter. We work with the MBA program, so we're on the quarter system as well. Creates a certain kind of a nightmare sometimes, because every time we turn around, right, Ginny, the quarter seems to be coming to a close. But it means that, you get your work done really quickly. The typical course load on undergraduate is 2 courses per quarter. Some students take more, some go on a part-time basis. And at the very end, we have a project that we supervise. And again, you choose the electives based on your interests, but even these required courses, we have some pretty interesting faculty who teach in the program, full-time faculty. We have part-timers, for example, administrative law is taught by an administrative law judge. Public and nonprofit administration taught by someone who is the Bergen County executive, not the executive, but the administrator. Apparently Bergen County as an administrator for years. So if anybody's interested in this, I can send it to them. Now it says it's an MPA in criminal justice administration, but you don't need a criminal justice background to be in our program. I'd say only about half, maybe fewer than half of our students have a criminal justice major. The other ones have been majors in English, history, sport management. So all kinds of majors come into our program. You just have to think you want to go into a career in the public sector or in the nonprofit sector. There is a discount for people who are working full-time in criminal justice or a related field. They get a 33% discount off tuition. So, that's a pretty significant discount. We also have a program that is what we call our combined degree program. Some people call it an accelerated degree. But while you're still an undergraduate, if you get accepted, you can start taking classes and you get billed as part of your regular undergraduate tuition. So we allow you to take up to 4 classes, mostly when you're a senior, but some very advanced juniors have been known to be in this program as well. And so they fulfill both undergraduate and graduate credits. So as a result, when you graduate with your bachelor's degree in May, and if you keep going straight through, you can graduate with your MPA degree the next May. So it's both saves you time and also saves you money. Because again, you're not paying the graduate school fee for taking those classes as an undergraduate. And so anybody who's interested in that option should come and see me as soon as possible so we can see what you have left in terms of your free electives or maybe a required class that can fulfill both. And that's been pretty successful so far. We have it's a small program. We're fairly new to the table compared to education and the MBA program, but it's a very tight group of students. The students have a very supportive graduate school network. Students who have graduated, they stay in touch with the students who are still in the program. And so just like the way STAC is, I don't know what your undergraduate experience is, but I imagine it's something like this. You get to know people really well. You get to know students, you get to know the faculty, and the graduate program is no exception. So I don't want to take up too much of your time. What I'll do is I'll put my email address in the chat, and anybody who's interested in talking about this some more, please feel free, reach out. I'll be very happy to meet with you, tell you more about the program, send you the major sheet, give you the name of current and former students if you'd like to, talk to them about it, and take this discussion to a different level. So thank you, and I'm going to pass it on to Melissa, I guess.
Thank you. That was great, Ellen. I got to learn more about the program too, so that was very helpful to me. Exciting stuff happening at STAC. I'm also going to share my screen, because I think it's a School of Education thing, but I prepared a small little slide presentation for today so I can keep my thoughts together. Let me know if you can't see it, I guess, call out. Otherwise, you could see it. I'm the new director of the Graduate School of Education. So I am going to give you an overview of the programs. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about some of the special aspects of going back to STAC for your grad education. And then feel free to send me any questions you have. I'm very willing to answer them, and I'm always willing to find them out if I don't know them right away. Like I said, I'm new in the role, but I'm pretty confident I can answer the basics today. So just like you were hearing before, there's a lot of benefits to the coming back to us for grad school. One of the biggest benefits, I think, is you already know how supportive STAC is, and all of us at the grad level are the same. We provide the same support, the same type of advising. So you continue to get that support. We really make sure that you move through successfully. As you've heard, there's a lot of financial benefits. And similar to what you've heard, we also offer 20% discount for any teachers in schools, 30% discount for teachers in Catholic schools. And also, if you're working in a school in another capacity as a TA or an assistant in some way, you also benefit from a discount. We have all of the graduate programs offer assistantships in some way or form. And, if you want to learn more about that, please, ask and follow up. But so that's a pretty exciting opportunity for folks. Let me just go to the grad assistants. If you come to one of the graduate programs, you can apply to be a grad assistant. You have to kind of give us 15 hours a week of work. You could be working in offices in the School of Ed. Sometimes people work in the registrar. Sometimes people work in the tutoring center, various places around campus. Because you give us those 15 hours per week, you get 18 credits free. And you also get a $2,000 stipend. So obviously it's slightly competitive because, it's a great option and financially helpful for all people looking to go on in their for a master's. But I think it's something that you should definitely be thinking about and considering. If you were interested in this and you wanted to apply for it, before you graduate in May, start looking for the application and seek us out, and we'd start doing interviews by June. So it's a great option. I think we have 12 folks placed this year out and around campus. And we also want you to get a good experience within the department that you're in, something that you could put on your resume, and it's a learning experience for you beyond your master's as well. So that's another option I want to mention. The previous slide, this has been mentioned before, that you can pretty much take up to 12 credits as an undergrad if you think or considering coming to the Graduate School of Education for a master's degree. We do like to see that you're maintaining a GPA of 3.2 before we go ahead and organize that for you. And just like Professor Chayat was saying, meet with us. We'll help you. We'll see what electives, you still have in place. We'll see what courses can count for graduate and undergraduate. And really, it's a money savings for you and a time savings. So we have a couple ways to do that in the Graduate School of Education, which I'll go over. But for those folks, well, let me just show you my last slide real quick. So the programs that you can come into, and this is how those options for taking graduate courses might be different. Some of you might be already seeking an initial certification. So if you are, you're going to head to us for the MSED program. And basically that means that you already have an initial certification and you're seeking your second. And then you can even seek your third. We have postmasters. Folks stay with us for 3 certifications. The benefit to you for doing that is the state of New York likes the master's degree for teachers within 5 years. So if you're getting your BA, consider us for your master's. We have 2 options in that program, the literacy and special ed, and we can kind of tweak it to make it of interest to you by offering you some electives here and there. But again, that's special advising that we'll talk about. The other option is for folks who might be in the call right now who are not getting their first certification. You might be, someone who loves biology or someone who loves art, and might be considering, making yourself more marketable, so if you're, you have opportunities, and teaching is always an opportunity for folks who love their field. So you would apply to the master's, the MST program, the Master of Science in Teaching. And basically, we offer an initial certification through that program in art, in childhood and special ed, adolescence and basically special ed too. So if you have a certification already, you're looking at the top portion here. And if you don't have a certification, you're looking at the bottom. Either way, you can take up to 12 graduate credits, undergrad, if it fits into your schedule. It makes parents very happy that they get to save a little money on that master's degree. It makes individuals very happy as well if you're paying for it yourself. I know I'm going fast, but I just really want to give you an overview and let you know there's options. So if it's something you're hearing that that might be of interest to me, please reach out to me. Please reach out to anyone in the School of Ed. We're very excited to welcome folks from all fields and to just, discuss what we love, and we love teaching. So it's easy for us to do that. I believe I shared everything. I know Caitlin shared the application process, so I'm not going to share that, but it's here. Okay. So I'll stop sharing. And, again, I'll put my email in the chat too. So if you're interested and you want to learn more about what the School of Ed offers at the master's level, just email me. I'd be happy to talk to you more about it.
Thank you. And we'll pass that over now to Ginny to talk about the MBA program.
Yeah. Okay. How's that? Can you hear me? Can you see me?
Yes. Yes.
I don't have any slides. Good news is that some of this, you can utilize some of those other slides because people have already talked about a number of different things that we have in common with the MBA. I think we already mentioned, that unlike the undergraduate program, the MBA and the MPA program are in quarters. And so this is a great way to speed through the process. You take 2 classes per quarter, is considered a full-time program. And you can get through the program in about, it would take 1.5 years if you don't do the little accelerated part, which I'll talk about in a minute. And unlike the undergraduate program, we meet on, many of our classes are online, which are designed for people who are working, so they can take their classes from home at any time. Then we also have Friday night and Saturday morning classes. Again, the purpose of that is for those who are working to be able to get to class and not have to worry about rushing home from work with the normal work schedule. Although many people are at home, so that's great. Our program is 39 credits or 13 courses, and we offer concentrations in finance, management, marketing, sport management, and also a general concentration. As part of the undergraduate accounting program, for those who are looking at pursuing their CPA, we also offer a special program for them to meet the requirements beyond the undergraduate degree in order to take the CPA exam. We have 2 tracks within the MBA program. The track for those who are in the who have an undergraduate degree in business, and those who come from the other schools who want to now pursue a business career. The major difference in these is that for those who don't have a business background, we offer a few more of the core courses, than we have for those who are business background students. We have you take 5 upper level classes in an area of concentration: management, marketing, finance, and that really focuses you in on that area if you want to pursue a degree, a course. I'm sorry. if you want to pursue a career in, say, marketing. You would take those courses in marketing. We have many students that do come from outside of business that have decided that while they really enjoyed studying art or history or English, it's become a challenge to find a job in those specific areas. And by pursuing an MBA, they have a better chance of taking that background and turning it into something that businesses would be interested in. I think it was already mentioned, we look for a GPA of 2.8 to be accepted into the program. We do make some exceptions based on the background and the things you did as an undergraduate. So we encourage students to apply. I think it was also mentioned that you can jumpstart the program. So as a senior, if you have 90 credits already, you may, and have a GPA of 3.0, you may actually take about up to 4 courses from the MBA program while a senior. And this just saves on the money, of course, and gets you through the program more quickly. You're encouraged, and I have a freshman I had just spoken to who's interested and said, I'm already interested in MBA. Tell me what I need to do so that I have those 4 credits, those 4 courses available when I get to be a senior. So I usually encourage students, to talk to their advisors. I know the advisors in the business school are certainly aware of utilizing electives to be able to take MBA courses. But I do encourage students to speak to their advisors if they're not in the business school and tell them, listen, I think I'm interested in going into business. I need to have some electives available for me to take MBA classes. I think we've already spoken about the graduate assistantship. It is highly competitive. We have applications available. I usually send out the applications to students that are already, you have to be already accepted into the MBA program to be able to apply. So those that have been accepted, I usually send out an application. But it is competitive, and we do require them to take back the applications back to us in May. And then again, as you said, we do the interviewing in June and make the decision. So, okay, that's it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So that's great. So, looking at the clock, we're like right on time, but I do want to open this up to Q&A if all the panelists are still able to stick around for a couple minutes. Okay, so I don't know, Shannon, do you see anything in the chat? Or if you're a student and you'd like to jump in with your question, you can unmute.
Okay, there's nothing at the moment.
Okay.
Kelly, what administration were you again? Okay.
What was the question, Justin?
Caitlin, what administration were you again?
Oh,
I work in
Caitlin.
admissions, yeah.
Yeah.
I just work in admissions.
Admissions, hi. Hi.
Any other questions?
I'm gonna put my email address in the chat as well, because I can send out the applications. Oh, I just wrote back to Shannon. I don't know how to. All right, let me try it again. Okay.
Yeah, I think that
Got
came
it.
through. Mhm. Okay, so that's great. So if anybody would like to reach out to any of the directors or to Caitlin Healy in admissions, you certainly can reach out to the emails that they've shared. If for some reason you don't have that email at the time you're ready to reach out, certainly reach out to me and I will get you that information. But if there are no questions, then I would like to thank the panelists so much for taking your time out of your schedule and sharing all this great information with our students. We will share the video with any students who were not able to make it today. So hopefully people will reach out to you if they have any interest in the program. And, you know, I know we always do have quite a bit of interest. So thank you again. And I hope you all have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.